So you've had your first customer, but how do you make sure they come back? Watch this video and we're going to talk about building customer loyalty. What's going on, everybody? Spencer Line here in a bit of a comfier setting, so shout out to my auntie Deb on this one. In 2012, for those that don't know, I started my very own online vintage and clothing secondhand business called Gully Garms. Sadly, last year I had to close it due to COVID, Brexit, employability, and so many other little bits and bobs. But I'm back here now with the website open, 30% off for all of March in a smaller capacity, and most importantly on YouTube in 2024, dropping game, giving advice and giving input on what I've learned in the last 12 years. Shall I sit back? Let's see if sitting back works. In today's video, I'm going to talk about building customer loyalty. Now, when we think about customer loyalty, the simplistic look of it is that we're looking at how to make sure that the customers that have bought before are going to come back and buy again. If you get a customer that comes back again based on the loyalty that you've created, then you are in a golden spot. It's a lot easier to get a new customer than it is to hold on to a pre-existing one. But that comes down to how you have created that relationship with the customer. Did they buy something because you communicated it really well and there was this nice vibe in the chat? Did they buy it just because they loved the photo and they loved the item? When somebody buys something online from you, you have to think of how can you make sure that they're going to come back? How are you almost integrating yourself into their experience so that they know who you are and about you a little bit? Are you going to put flyers in your parcels saying who you are? Are you going to send a 10% coupon as soon as you send the parcel? Have you had a conversation with this customer? Do you know them personally and that's why they're buying? Whatever the reason is, there is some way for you to look at how you can build that loyalty with the customer. For me personally, one of the best things I like doing with building customer loyalty, trying to ground myself as much with the way I spoke to somebody. You know, just as like a little mindful thing, guys, you're not better than anybody else on this world. You may as well think and be the same way as that mindset. Don't think you're better because somebody wants to buy your product. Just speak to them like a human being. Speak with compassion, speak with humor, and just speak with being genuine. And it does actually go a long way. Like I said, one of the main points before was relatability. And if people feel like you're relatable, there's this approach with people who have like higher end stores, say for example, and you imagine their communication might be on the same bar as their aesthetic. If I bought something from a guy online and I said thanks for that and he sent a message and he went, yo, safe bro, I wouldn't probably buy again. It's not because somebody saying yo, safe bro is going to put me off. It's the fact that the seller hasn't been asked to even integrate any more of a conversation. Spencer, why do we have to always talk to people? Why does it have to be about a conversation? Because in this video we are building customer loyalty, and customer loyalty comes from communicating with those customers in order for them to become loyal. Somebody might become loyal just because they like your products and your aesthetic, and if you've done that, then you're on the money, because then you don't need to worry about faffing about with speaking to people and making sure that the situation is good, because they buy because they know it's good anyway. You know, the same way, that sort of Rolex watch sort of mindset. If you have to ask what the price is, then you probably don't have enough money. If you have a good enough aesthetic, you probably don't need to tell people to buy from you because they'll buy because your aesthetic speaks for itself. However, you can still have that approach and also communicate with the customers really well. It does require a lot more work and a lot more effort to be in the whole picture, but honestly, building customer loyalty is one of the most important things to do. When Gully was in its capacity, I could fluctuate between 30 to 50% returning customer rate, and essentially what that means is those 30 to 50% of people, I don't have to remarket with, I don't have to send Facebook ads to, I don't have to try and convince to buy. I can just give them bi-monthly discount codes for their loyalty and they can go in like that. Loyalty of customers does come from giving some sort of incentive of different prices. If somebody bought 9 items with you, would you discount them on their 10th item just because or not? And that's the difference in the process, is how are you actually showing you appreciate that customer without just going, thanks, really appreciate your 10th order? Are you actually giving them a bit of money back because you've made profit off them as a customer and you just want more of those? Remember, if a customer has a good experience and they're a loyal customer, they're more likely to spread a positive word of mouth to their friends who will come and buy from you. Even with the live streaming, people have had a successful response, they send their friends and they come back on the next stream. People used to do that with Gully Garms, and that's why it got to where it did. People pass on messages, people talk to people who like what they wear. So that's what I would say, guys, with customer loyalty and how to build that, you just have to make sure that your communication is on point. If your aesthetic is tight, it's still good to be mindful of the communication. It doesn't hurt to send nice messages to people. It doesn't hurt to actually be asked to try and have a good representation and presentation for your brand or for yourself just selling. So yeah, guys, if you want to add anything, drop a comment down below. I will be here relaxing until then. Psych. You know what we do, guys. That was a massive joke because obviously we keep it moving and grooving, guys. And I'm sure you are too. So happy Sunday, because that's when I'm filming these. Guys, stay safe, stay sustainable, stay original, keep trusting the process, keep hustling while everybody else is sleeping. Just keep listening. Keep listening, keep listening, keep listening. And it will get you somewhere. The more hours you put in, you will get a better return on investment. You just have to be willing to sacrifice more time than somebody else is willing to sacrifice. And I'll leave you with that. Big up, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow at 6:30.